subscribe, support, stay positive. That's a good question sometimes, because sometimes I don't know who am I. Because I feel like sometimes I don't feel like I can share enough with you guys. Because I feel like a lot of times if I share too much, I will get stomped on for it, because sometimes I feel like oftenly I am like the sheep nobody wants to hang out with, or the person that somebody doesn't want to hang out with. And sometimes that comes from me wanting just to be around people and asking who am I, is the main question that, him? Why do we want to hang out with him? I've heard people say that before. Honestly, some people just don't want to hang out with me because I've heard people say, yeah, he's annoying, he's stupid, yeah, he's retarded, and honestly, some people just say, why would we want to have him around? All he does is bring trolls. That's awfully sometimes how I feel, is people think just because I have fans that they're going to get trolled, and I don't want that to happen to people. I really don't want that to happen to people. I want to collaborate with everybody, and I want to be friends with everybody that I can. And here comes the biggest scare ever. I'm like, right now I'm afraid that people think I'm a loser, and that I'm actually really nervous of, like, I'm still going and I'm excited, but there's something inside of me. It's like I'm going to see people like me, but I'm just like, inside of me, I'm just like, I feel on fire, because I'm just like, I've never done something like this before. I've never gone to a convention. I've never been a part of a community where people really wanted me. And the thing is, do these people really want me? Do they really want me to hang out with them? Will they really want to collaborate with me? Or I will be just another dude that's in a suit, and people are just saying, is he supposed to be here? Is he supposed to be here? And, when I started here on YouTube, I had a goal of being different. And I am a little bit different. I like to say that out of my 1,000 videos, the question, who am I? It's a humongous question. You can ask the question 1,000 times, but you still can get stuck at one answer. And so many times where people single you out because you're different, you're a freak, you're gothic, you're the cutter, or you're just one of these people that just doesn't fit in with people, and you're just like, wow, I'm a freak. Finally I see it. I'm the freak. I'm the thing that people laugh at. That makes you feel like crap. It's the only time for people hear it is when somebody finally empties a chamber into their head, and then they're just like, wow, maybe we should have been nice to that guy. I'm not suicidal. Not one bit. I am smart, I'm ahead of the curve, as the Joker says. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm not perfect. I'm the opposite of perfect. Everything you can think of is wrong with me. How I present people, how I go to people and talk to people, people are like, sure, I'll talk to you for a bit, and then not call you back. Because sometimes I feel like people just don't want to talk to me, because people think Tommy gets too attached. I'll talk to him, but just scoot back a little bit, Tommy. You're too much. The first time I ever made a friend, I blew up his phone because I was just like wanting to hang out with him. And sometimes I wonder if people hang out with me because if they pity me. And I question myself so much on who am I and what am I doing here. And I I can find the courage to say I am Tommy NC 2010, an entertainer, or I'm my other alias. Or I'm who I am because who I am. Or I can stand up against the fire and say, this is me, Tommy NC 2010, and I am an entertainer. But a lot of times I think people don't see the entertainer. They see somebody they think that is weak and that they can poke on. And not a lot of people are willing to say this stuff on the internet. They're scared. They're scared to say anything here on the internet. I'm not scared. And I was sitting in my tub, and I got to thinking that, do people actually want to hang out with me because they like me, or do they just grin their teeth and they just say, we're here because he's a person, or being nice? I question it so much, that how people actually see me and actually want hang out with me. And I think sometimes that I wish somebody would just come out of the way to find me. I'm always going out to find people that are my friends. I know people are busy, but the thing is, when you said, I'm going to call you or I'm going to go do something, man, the last moment when they cancel or they don't call you back, if you realize this person doesn't want to hang out with me because this person is gunning towards the idea that you're a freak. And they're saying, here's a hint, quit calling me, you're annoying. And I've had that feeling many times. And it's a feeling that, it aches in the heart. And I have feelings also. People like toying with my emotions because they think they can. They think Tommy's just a stupid and retarded person. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know better. People make mistakes, okay? And I make mistakes. I'll make up to that. I'll say, hey, yeah, I make mistakes. But a lot of times, I think people cringe because they think Tommy's annoying. Tommy's a freak. And, I defend myself and say, no, I'm not a freak. I'm not retarded. I'm not stupid. I say things because I say things, and when I feel like I'm not like normal people. I'm who I am for who I am. Who am I? I'm somebody in somebody's mind out there because somebody's either having a funny joke and the punchline hasn't gotten there yet, or I'm just a person with a smile on his face, or it's really badly frowning and somebody is just really actually laughing. And I bet you the only viewer right here is just laughing his ass off right now because he thinks this guy is pathetic. Look at him. He's here blabbing on the internet. Blah, 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 blah. Quit whining, you stupid baby. I don't see you doing anything. I don't see you talking on the internet. I see you sitting behind your keyboard. Because here's the thing, people don't have the guts to walk up to YouTubers and say, you know what, you should shoot yourself. You should really hang yourself because you're a piece of shit. Half of the comments I see, a human being could not say that unless they were holding them down and sticking a gun to their head and saying that crap. In realistic perspectives, the average troll won't do that because the thing is, they're too scared. They're too scared, and they want to hide behind an alias. And then they think they can drag me down, beat me up, and then they can just laugh it all away. How does somebody get to the point where they say, I'm going to beat you up? People are that heartless sometimes. People are just so mean that they just use everything they do to to torment you. Because they don't care about you. No one cares about you in this world. Even your closest friends. In the end game, it's just all yourself. Because when you're getting the craps knocked out of you, people eventually will come to your rescue, but they'll say, "Who was that? Oh, okay, he deserved it. It couldn't happen to a better guy." You know, I sometimes often wonder if somebody was beating the crap out of me, would somebody come to my rescue? You know, I've never been in I was in a situation where somebody did come to my rescue because something was going on. I'm not going to say what that incident was, but it was very complicated and detailed. But one thing about it is that person has been there through and through, but sometimes I feel like that person doesn't. Sometimes I feel like people see me as a wind-up toy. They wind me up for a couple hours and then they throw me off to the shelf like Woody, like I'm some kind of Woody doll. And yes, I speak because I speak. Who am I? Why am I here? Why am I even sharing this stuff with you guys? I don't know. I was sitting in my tub and I was taking a bath and I was just washing up and everything. And I thought, I have so much on my chest that I just want to let loose. And I feel some people think that I'm a freak. And people say, "Well, Tommy, just take off your jacket. Wear some jeans. Wear some shirts. Just look normal." What's normal? Honestly, what's normal? I don't know what normal is. Because, honestly, in my life, I've never had anything fancy ever. Like, people say, "Oh, yeah, you have all this, Tommy. You should be lucky you had MTV's Made." You know, I was very lucky just to even have that fall on my lap, you know, because honestly, I felt like I didn't deserve that. And a lot of people said that about me behind my back. Why did he get it? He's just stupid. Tommy? Tommy got on Made? I heard it. Rumors flying all around my high school. It was a long time ago, but it's still there. That people said, "Why did they give it to the retarded kid? Why did they give it to the freak?" Oh, you know, I guess one of the reasons they did it was because I was a little bit different. And they like different. MTV's Made has done a bunch of episodes. And every single episode was the same thing. And they're cool people. MTV Made is awesome. Every single episode, they did the same thing. But I was the one oddball that was different. Everybody says that my Made episode was the greatest episode of all time. I've had YouTubers that I'm not going to say their name. I'm not going to say his name. He says he has watched my episode on television, and he says he loves it. It's his all-time favorite episode. And the critics still say, "Why did they give the retarded kid the episode?" Because some people say, "Oh, yeah, they pitied him." They pitied him. I made a friend from that episode of both Chusey and Andrew on a personal level. I made really good friends with Andrew, and I haven't spoken to him in a while because Andrew is a contractor cameraman, and he is mostly working, so I can't speak to Andrew all the time. So everybody says, "Why didn't they pay you, Tommy?" Because it was free publicity. It was something that they got the benefits of, getting all the luxurious stuff, but I got the benefits of getting so you know who I am. Before, if I searched myself up, I just found criminal stuff about other people with that name. But now when I search my name, I find all this amazingness with MTV, and I think if it wasn't for Made, no one would have ever known who I was. No one wouldn't really care about me. And sometimes I wonder if people latch. Some people found me just because I had a YouTube channel and I was a little bit different. And I want to say this: I have feelings, and I'm probably a lot of the comments on here are going to be hateful towards me. So I'm not even going to, because I feel like I'm in a crappy mood. I just got done watching the Lego Movie, and why do I feel like crap? I don't know. I just feel like that there's nothing really there anymore, and that I'm still making videos. I'm still doing that. I'm still making videos. I still love doing that. I'm not going to stop because I'm depressed. You know, I have these moments where I just don't want to do anything because I feel like, what is it worth? And it's not money. It's not anything. It's happiness. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm happy. I feel like I don't have the right support sometimes. I feel like people are not there to support me. People are there just to laugh at me. And I know people are probably laughing their asses off right now. You know, people are thinking, we get to see Tommy tormented. We're so feel so good. Well, I don't feel good because it's not your comments. It's just how things happen. It's, you know, you weren't successful at making me miserable. It was the opposite. It was just how I feel inside. The question is, who am I? As always, I'm keeping you on the inside fact. Who am I? Really? Have a great night.